Hello everyone, the best I could build here. Today we're taking a look at Mega Construx Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire Godzilla and Kong buildable figures. Now I talked about these figures when they were revealed a few months ago, and I finally found some in store, so I decided to get both figures, and let's talk about them. Each of these sets retail for $50, and for the packaging, they're basically the same across the two. The only real difference is that one is themed to Godzilla and one is themed to Kong. They're both very similar style packaging, and actually similar style packaging to the rest of the Godzilla x Kong toy lines from other companies, and so there's really nothing much to add here. They both look pretty much the same, but one is advertising Godzilla and the other one is advertising Kong. Taking a look at Godzilla first, unfortunately this is my least favorite out of the two. This needs some more time in the oven. This design's really cool. I really like it. It's a perfect blend between the Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla Mega Gears design as well as the Legendary design. It's a really cool design. But unfortunately the Mega Construx figure does not do a good job capturing that design. Now I get it, there's some limitations because it is a buildable character. However, I think it needs some more time in the oven. I think the proportions are not very accurate at all to his actual design. I think his body is way too big for his legs, and his tail is too short, and his neck is way too long, and his head does not have any articulation at all, which sucks because the strongest thing about this figure is its articulation. Its articulation is really good, but unfortunately there's no ball joint at the head. You can have him looking straight up and down, it looks great here, but once you try to actually do a neutral pose you really can't do that because his head isn't on a ball joint. And unfortunately his body is way too heavy for his legs to hold him, so he does have a hard time getting into some poses. But one thing I really like about this set as well as the other set is that there is no sticker, and for his side builds he does come with a little tiny building facade area that comes with a nice printed monarch logo, and he can destroy the building, which is really nice. And also he comes with an atomic breath piece, which is not accurate to the Godzilla Evolved design because the Godzilla Evolved design is purple. It's not that big of a deal. I'm assuming it's based off of earlier version of the movie. However, it is something I did notice. Now taking a look at Kong, this figure is amazing. It rivals the s.h.monsterarts and the Hayatoy Kong. He just fell apart while I was talking about him. That's an issue I'll talk about later. Let me actually fix this up. Shit. This Kong figure is so well done. His proportions are really good. If there is one issue I do have of it is I think his legs are a bit too short. But it's not that big of a deal because he is so fun to pose. They did such a great job integrating all this articulation into this buildable character. My personal biggest issue with the articulation is these shoulder pads up top, but you could just remove them and get way more range of articulation, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, this figure is amazing. He is so well done and is super fun to pose, and honestly I really enjoyed building him more than Godzilla. And for his accessories, he does come with a battle axe. He could hold it on his non-beast glove side, and what's really cool is that you could move around the pieces and make him hold it in different positions, which I think is really fun. He does come with this waterfall side build, which is probably the weakest part of this set, honestly, but overall Kong is definitely the better figure than Godzilla. Overall, I think these sets are pretty good. I think Kong is way better compared to Godzilla, but I highly recommend you get them. Though if you're gonna get one first, I do recommend you get Kong. He is the better of the two, and he is way more fun to build and pose compared to Godzilla. But I do recommend you do get both just to have the complete collection of Godzilla and Kong. I hope these do sell well and Mega Construx continues this theme. Like, I really want a Scar King, a Shimo. I even hope they go past Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire and do some figures based off of previous movies. Like, I would love a Mothra figure, a Godzilla King of the Monsters Godzilla figure. Love a Rodan, a King Ghidorah would be really cool. A Skullcrawler, a Muto. Just, there's so many possibilities with this new line, and I really hope they continue it past Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. But overall, I highly recommend you do get both. They are kind of hard to find. I found these at 2nd and Charles, so I do recommend you go there if you're trying to find them in store. But yeah, overall, I highly recommend you get these. These are really fun.